to my channel, and I know it's been a while, but I'm back on my 100 days of vector art train, I guess you could call it. This is a piece from my sketchbook, which I'm really enjoying going back and revisiting some of these pieces that were just sketches or ideas. This was kind of a very loose self-portrait, if you're wondering, and I didn't really have any colors in mind for this piece, so I just picked up a, sorry, I'm just moving the mic. So I just picked up a palette from Pinterest, as I usually do, and I kind of went with some, well, basically one of my favorite palettes, which is pinks and blues, or turquoise and pink, which is, funnily enough, my brand colors, so all works out perfectly. Yeah, so there wasn't really a style in mind for this one. I didn't know whether or not I wanted to do it line-based, or if I wanted to do it more the vector style, which without the lines. So I kind of just played around and did some very loose lines to begin with. And you'll see that I miss a few of them and go back and put them in later. But yeah, so I just had fun with it, nothing too extreme. I wasn't particularly happy with it until maybe like right at the end, where I could see it all coming together, but that's fine. I can't be happy with everything I do, I guess. But yeah, no, I really like this piece. I like the original drawing, and I like the end result. It does go a bit here and there in the middle, so if you're wondering. But yeah, overall, a good piece. This one took me 2 hours, I think, so I'm definitely getting faster at it, which is good. I would have liked to get it down a little bit quicker, but I did play around. There was a few things that just weren't working, and I had to, yeah, basically try and fix those up. So I'm just taking my shoes off because it is getting warm in here. What have I been up to? I have been working my butt off, basically. I recently at work, we've just been really busy, so I was doing really long hours, and I've only, like, basically Friday I was pretty much done with the backlog. Well, actually, that's not true. There's still heaps there to do. But I just stayed a wee bit later on this week. Even though it was a 4-day week, I still managed to do like an extra day's worth of work, if that makes sense. So yeah, busy week. And yeah, just a lot going on. So I didn't really feel like getting on top of this, even though I was kind of 4 days behind when I started. Wait, no. I was 2 days behind when I started this week, but by the end of it, I have no idea how many days behind I am now, about a week. But that's okay, because I don't want to push myself and not produce good, I don't want to say good work, but I don't want to produce mediocre stuff or stuff that I'm not happy with. It doesn't reflect well on me, and it doesn't make me happy, so I don't see the point in it. I want to do pieces that make me happy, and I don't care if it's 100 iterations of Sailor Moon or 100 iterations of characters, the same character, different style. I don't really care so much about that stuff. I just want to make sure that whatever I produce, I feel like I'm happy with it, or it would be something that I'd happy to sell, if that makes sense, because I would, if someone likes these pieces, I'm more than happy to sell them to them as a print, or like put on a t-shirt, or something like that. So, but I just don't want to do really mundane stuff or generic stuff. I do want to play with styles, definitely, and my general thing is I love doing characters. Characters are definitely my go-to things to do. But I just don't want to do mediocre stuff or stuff that anyone can do. I just want to do stuff that I'm happy with, the stuff that makes me happy and makes other people happy, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going with this project. And I've kind of decided that I may not get it done within 100 days, but there will be 100 videos, if that makes sense. Well, there'll be 99 videos, unless I can go back and magically redo day 4. If you want to see the finished piece of day 4, which was my persona piece, then jump down into the link below, which is my 100 days challenge web page, I guess you could say, and the colored pieces on there. I've been having some major troubles with my screen. My main screen is fine. No, actually, that's wrong. Okay, my main screen seems like the one that should be fine. It is fixed now, kind of, but we had to do it manually. The screen to my right, or my secondary screen, basically, has a really yellowy tinge to it. Like, whites are more yellow, and everything just turns up really almost like oversaturated. I think that's generally what it is. But yeah, everything's just really yellow. And it's quite odd because my I borrowed the spider from work. Spider is like it basically sits on your screen and like calibrates it so the colors are print correct, if that makes sense. Or like correct. I don't know, the correct colors basically. But it didn't seem to work on my screens for some reason. One of them, it supposedly did nothing. And the other, well, one of them did nothing and the other one just looks worse, if that makes sense. So I have no idea what happened there. I don't know if it helped or made it worse or who knows. But essentially now it's a lot more fixed. I basically have to go off my phone or the TV because the colors on there are actually probably more correct. They all seem to be similar, but my main screen for some reason was really desaturated and the colors were leaning towards the pinkish side of things. So I was making things way too yellow or like really desaturated and they were just not popping on, my tablet or on the TV when we're watching like YouTube and things. So I have no idea what or why, but that was just what was happening. So I'm really happy to have it fixed. I'm really, I feel like now when I put the colors on my secondary screen, the secondary screen is becoming more incorrect, if that makes sense. And then if I put them onto my main screen, then they're looking a lot more correct. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I fixed it. Long story short, I fixed it. So I'm really happy with the colors with this one, and I feel like when I put them out when I put this on my thumbnail, when I watch it on the TV, it's going to be correct in theory. In theory. So yeah. So what else have I done this week? Man, I haven't done anything. I've been so lazy. That in saying that, I've been watching Blacklist, like I said a few videos ago, maybe in the last video. And I think they've just put the 4th season onto Netflix, which I'm really happy about because now I can watch the 4th season. Before I was doing it, I can't remember how I was watching it. Anyways, so really happy with that because I am really enjoying the Blacklist. I don't know if anyone's interested in the Blacklist. I feel like it was definitely a different vibe at the beginning. It had really good flow and story and things. Now it's sort of shifted. I don't know if I particularly like where it's going. Or I feel like we know too much now, and yeah, I don't know. I still really enjoyed the series though, so I'm going to keep going with that. I'd be really interested to see where it goes at the end of this season. The end of last season was a really good cliffhanger, but yeah, that's just me. Yeah, so that's what I'm watching at the moment. Other than that, I haven't really been up to much. I got my wig finally for a cosplay video that I've been wanting to do. It's only short. It's only the cosplay. Hang on. The video that I want to do, I only need the wig for a very small amount of time. But later on, I was hoping to do a photo shoot or a video kind of more expanding with that wig. And you guys probably still have no idea what I'm talking about because I haven't managed to get that video out, which I'm really gutted about. And to make things even worse, my camera is broken. I'm not sure if I told you guys, but my lens is just stuffed basically, and I was just looking it up before and I was like, man, I really need to get a replacement for it. I thought maybe I get one secondhand for like $150, but like these things go for $200, almost $300, which is really gutting, and now I feel really stupid for not taking as good a care with it. That being said, I don't think I was the one that broke it. My partner had it actually for his uni project, and he came home. But he used it, he took a photo earlier in the day, and then he rings me later on when they actually need it, and he says, your camera's broken. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. No, not good, because that is a really important thing that I have, and I didn't realize how important it was. So he's, one of his friends who's a photographer has told me, has got someone who would look at it for free and then kind of estimate the cost of fixing this, but personally I would rather just sell it for like $100 and get someone else to fix it and then they can resell it, because I still have the original box and things, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. If I have to pay $200 for a new one, I might as well just pay $60, hopefully around $60 to $100 for just getting this one fixed. But I have to see. If it costs more to replace it than it does to, or if it costs more to fix it than it does to just buy a new one, then there's really no point in fixing it. Might as well just get a new one. But I might have to wait for some sales. But that kind of ruins some plans basically for some videos I had coming up. But we haven't got any plans to do anything anytime soon. I'm really just trying to focus on this project and get it out for, well, more for myself so I can get it out of the way. And then I've got a few other things that I want to work on. So I guess all in all, it's kind of, it'll work out. It'll be fine. Everything will work out fine. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, really gutted though, because man, I don't want to spend $200 trying to fix this thing. Other things I want to buy. That being said, I don't know what day it was, but something came up on my feed and I saw that Olympus has brought out a new camera. This was actually the end of last year, but they've brought out the OMD 1. Oh, I have an EM10, not an OM10. But anyways, yeah, so oh no, I do have an OMD. It just has different names on it. Anyways, I have the OMD 10. I think it's what it's called. And they brought out the OM1. The OMD 1. I don't know the naming system for this. Anyway, it's like a $2.5. I think it's $2,000 just for the body of camera, or the body of the camera. The body of the camera. And it's just a really nice camera and it has amazing stability. Apparently the autofocus though is a little bit lacking, which is gutting, but it's got really nice low light. It's got a screen that flips out, which is perfect. And the the Olympus cameras, the micro 4/3, which is basically what they call like their the mirrorless cameras, they are amazing in terms of lightweight and things like that. But I was watching someone else's video and they recently got a new camera and they bought the it was the Panasonic, it must be still Lumix range, but it's the GH5, which is like their top 4/3 camera at the moment. And it does like 4K video and things, and I was really, really wanting that, despite the fact I don't really need it. I just was really wanting that, but I really want to stick with Olympus despite this camera. Like they've tried to go more towards what am I trying to say? Like video and things. Like they're focusing less on not focusing less on camera, photography so much, but they're putting a lot more effort than they have in the past into the video sides of their cameras, as opposed to being cameras that have video capability. Now it's like really good photography cameras and really good video if you want to do video, but they're not video made. They're not made for video. They're not video cameras. And so there's still some things that they're working on, but it's just a really beautiful body, and like you can get some really, really nice lenses with it. So I really want it, but I can't afford it, and to be honest, I don't really need it. I mean, the flippy view, what do you call it? It's not the viewfinder, but like the LCD screen, like having that flip out so I can actually see myself while I'm doing video would be really, really nice. So I missed out on that when I brought my camera, which it has a tilty screen. It tilts up and down, which is sometimes useful. But yeah, that's just one of my little dreams, I guess. Yeah, so when I wasn't doing work this week, I was doing some stuff like sorting out I don't know, freelancing kind of stuff, and I've been looking into doing Patreon as well, but I don't really feel I'm ready for Patreon, to be perfectly honest. I want to do more social media and prove myself that I can do social media well before I do Patreon, and I want my Patreon to be a place where I can basically upload ideas, and I can get people's feedback, and do prizes and giveaways, and yeah, and obviously get paid for doing my awesome videos. And I think Patreon is fantastic. I personally love it. I really love that the creator is really of Patreon is enthusiastic about getting, you know, creators paid and things, like his little 59-second video, I think it was, when you first sign up to Patreon. It's just really cool. And I know a lot of artists use Patreon to get paid for this kind of stuff. And I really want to build a community on there as well. I think the community side of things is really cool. So I was looking into doing that. I'm kind of halfway there, but I have a few things I want to get sorted first before I can kind of get that running. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on. Aside from that, just working on work. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I've got a really big project coming up really soon. I think it starts next weekend if I get the content. So this is going to get really far behind, which sucks. But like I said, I'm not really aiming for 100 days so much. I'm just 100 videos, which may take me to the end of the year, or maybe I'll get a break and I can just kind of nut these out for you guys. Not gonna lie, I'm running out of ideas. I have my next one in mind, which is really good, and then maybe a subsequent one after that, but because of the time constraint, I think, and I don't do chibi style so much, I'm kind of limited to face and shoulders only. This one was a 2-hour project, and I had kind of already done the sketch, so it's not too bad, but if I had just done the face, it probably would have been like a 30-minute to an hour project, depending on what style I did and things like that. So I'm limited to headshots, which I don't mind so much, but I don't want to, like, I want to practice full body as well, but it just takes too long to do, which is unfortunate. But I can do a lot more with headshots, I think, and I can always expand. If I really like the style that I've done for it, I can always go back and fill in the gaps, I guess, or continue the rest of the body, or take that style and do like a character sheet if it's a character. But yeah, there are options, but yeah, for now, because of the length of these videos and length of this project and things like that, I'll try and keep it to headshots probably as much as possible. But that being said, I really did enjoy The Sims 4 Dream Bedroom that I did. That was really fun. Won't be doing any of those anytime soon, just because of how long it took me to do, but like super duper happy, and I had a lot of fun with it. I still want to do isometric though, because I didn't really get the isometric feel that I wanted when I originally started the project. But yeah, anyway, just quickly talk about this one, which I haven't really talked about much. I went with kind of like, I really liked the lines I had drawn on the hair, so I wanted to put those in. And I really like how you kind of get this with the width tool, you kind of get uneven lines, and you kind of get more of a hand-drawn feel in places. So I really love that about this. The cake is adorable. I think it's that was a lot of fun just adding that little piece in there. And I really like the color scheme that is kind of there in the end. And yeah, overall just really happy with it. I especially love the hair. The mouth, however, I think that was the trickiest part to this, was the mouth. And for some reason, I hadn't seen when I drew the original, I actually had put the top teeth in, and it would just look really grandma-ish, and then she looked like a frog, and so it's not my usual style that I usually do mouths, but it's pretty close. But yeah, I just had to compromise because things were not looking really good, and it was just frustrating me. In the end, I think I went with at the end of this, I went with grey, but I went back later and I decided I really liked the darker pink, so I put the pink in instead, and then basically just the highlights, and then it's done. Yeah, I particularly love the hair in this. I could have put a little bit more detail into it, but I didn't. And the eyes are really cute, but it did take me a while to get them looking less scary, I guess. They looked pretty scary at the beginning, but it all works out in the end. And yeah, so basically just putting the highlights on. and then I will show you guys the overall screenshot so you can have a look at some of the details. Anyways, I just want to say a very big thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to watch the rest of this challenge. Hit the like button if you loved it, and leave a comment below if you've got any suggestions for me. I very much appreciate it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!